Welcome to this episode of Street Sense with me, Maxwell Mensah. You can call me Talent Man. On this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 life lessons from the kitchen. 7 life lessons from the kitchen. For those of you who don't know how to cook, probably you may not grasp the full import of this message, but for those of you who know how to cook, like myself, you will understand fully the lessons I'm going to share from the kitchen. But before I go on, I want to urge you and remind you to kindly subscribe to my channel. Subscribe now. Yes, I mean now, like subscribe now if you haven't subscribed. Like this video, leave a comment for me, and share this video. And so let's get to the meat of today's episode. 7 life lessons from the kitchen. First lesson, you need to divide your big dream into small goals. You need to divide your big dreams into small goals. If you have ever cooked before, right? If you ever cooked before, and you want to prepare salad, you don't just carry the whole cabbage and then you put the cabbage in the place and that's your salad. You don't carry the whole cucumber and then just put the cucumber in the plate. That's your salad. Even though the salad will have the cabbage, the cucumber, the carrots, and all those things, you don't just carry them full like that. That's my big dream. My big dream is to eat cabbage and carrots and this thing. So I just carry them full and put them in a plate. And that's my cabbage. No, it doesn't happen that way. You need to slice or chop the cabbage, the cucumber, the carrot, the onions, the tomato, the ingredients I'm going to use, the vegetables. You need to cut them. Even though you need them, but you still need to cut them to be able to achieve the main dream you want to achieve or the main goal you want to achieve. And so one lesson from the kitchen that you need to learn to divide your big goals into your big dreams into small goals. If you have a big dream and you're just looking at the big dream, you want to just go and reach the big dream without looking at how you can break it down into small bits, small attainable targets. I mean, that can be achieved from time to time. You will never reach that big dream you have for yourself. And so you have a big dream, that's very good, but learn to break them into small bits and portions, and together, or at the end of the day, you will reach your desired goal. Second lesson, life is a process. Life is a process. When you're cooking, no matter how hungry you are, you can't say you're hungry, so you pour all the ingredients onto the saucepan on the fire at the same time and they all cook at the same time. Even if you do that, the food will not get ready in 2 minutes or 1 minute. It won't. Let's imagine you're preparing gravy or sauce or something. You're preparing. I mean, what is the fastest food to cook? Okay, frying egg is so fast to do. You can't say, I mean, you want to fry egg, so you just carry, you are too much in a hurry. You can't crack the egg and then mix it, with something, and then before putting it in the frying pan and frying it. You can't say because you're in a hurry, so you skip all that part and put the whole egg, in its food is inside the frying pan. It won't fry. My dear, it won't fry. There is a process to life. You need to learn to go through the process. You need to learn to take your time and go through one step at a time. So you put a saucepan on the fire, you put oil inside, you put your onion inside, you put your tomato paste, you add this, you add your spices, you add your fish, you add your meat, you add one step at a time. Life is a process. You can't skip some of the processes in life. When you skip them, one day you will come back and go through that process. So life is a process. Go through the process. Learn to go through the process. When you're cooking, you put the ingredients inside, or you put the ingredients in the saucepan or whatever you're cooking with, one after the other. One after the other. This one needs to go in, boil for a moment or fry for a moment, then the next one comes in, then the next one comes in. That is how you cook, and that is how life is. When you're cooking your life, you need to learn to go through the process. Stop trying to fast track the process. You can't do it. Third lesson, you need the heat of life to make it better. You need the heat of life to make it better. Tell me you want to cook. Let's take you want to cook. You want to cook yam, and then you slice your yam. You put it in the pot. Put it on the cylinder. On the gas cooker, and then don't put on the fire. Don't light the fire. And see, it will be on the gas cooker for 1,000 hours. It won't cook. But as soon as you put on the heat, and the hotter it gets, the closer the food is to getting ready. Look, when you're going through the heat in life, when you're going through the tough moments in life, don't give up. That is not the time to give up. When you're going through the heat in life, the hot moments in life, just rejoice and continue going, because you know very soon you will be ready to enjoy your full results. Because when you're cooking, the hotter the food gets, the closer it is to getting ready. And so look, you need the heat in life. You need the heat. When life is putting you through the heat, you need to go through the heat. You need to go through the heat. Gold is refined through heat. You can't refine gold if you don't put a gold through heat. And your life is like gold. Your life is precious and valuable. So be ready to go through the heat. And when you're going through the heat, don't complain and don't feel like giving up. Okay, well, you can feel like giving up once in a while. But make sure you don't give up, because the heat is what is going to bring out the best in you. The heat is what gets the food ready. The heat in your life will make you a better person. The next lesson from the kitchen. Same circumstance produces different results for different people. Same circumstance produces different results for different people. You and someone may be going through the same issues in life, but you may come out better and the person may come out better. Or the person may come out better and you will come out better. What differentiates between the two of you is how you interpret what you go through. How you interpret what you go through. Don't see your challenges as something aimed at bringing you down. No. See your challenges as an opportunity to learn better and become better in life. You realize that when you are cooking an egg and you are cooking yam, right? When you are boiling egg and you are cooking yam, you need hot water to do both of them. Now, the same hot water that will be used to cook an egg, and just imagine you put the egg and then the yam in the same water and you are boiling them for a period of time. By the time you take them off the fire, the egg will become hard through the heat or through the hot water, but the yam will be softened through the same hot water. And so they were both in the same environment, the same hot water. The egg came out hard, the yam came out soft. What are you becoming in life out of your circumstances? How are you learning through your circumstances, the tough moments you are going through, and how are you becoming, what is your outcome after the things you go through in life? Are you becoming better or bitter? So the same circumstance, the same situation, the same poverty you were born into, the same tough moments you went through, the same school you went to, the same company you work in, the same church you are in, people come out differently. So learn to make the best out of every situation. Learn to make the best out of every situation. Don't complain too much. My circumstances, when I tell you what I'm going through, when I tell you, what are you going through? What are you going through? You think you are going through so much until someone shares with you what they're also going through. And you understand that, wow. So people are really going through this stuff. So look, the circumstance you are in, it may look so peculiar, but it's not so peculiar. Others are going through worse. So don't let that circumstance make you better in life. Let it make you better in life. Because the same circumstance or the same water that will make the egg hard makes the yam soft. The next lesson from the kitchen is you need to know what you're about always. You need to know what you're about always. When you are preparing contomere stew, it is different from preparing garden egg stew. It is different. It is different. And so there's a process for cooking contomere. There's a process for cooking garden egg stew. And so know what you're about. Know what you're preparing. Know what you're cooking in the kitchen so you know which ingredients you need to cook. Do you get it? If you don't know what you're going to cook, you cook anything at all, and your results will be just anything at all, or your results will be different from what you were expecting to get. And so know what you're about always. At every point in time, know what you are doing. Know why you're doing what you are doing. You are putting the oil on the fire. Why? Because you want to prepare a particular food. If you want to cook banku, for example, you want to cook banku, and then you put the saucepan on the fire, and then you add, you pour oil in the saucepan, and then you add tomato, and someone asks you, what are you trying to prepare? You say, I'm going to cook banku. The person will laugh at you. The person will laugh at you. You can't say you want to prepare banku, and then you have the saucepan on the fire, and there is oil in the saucepan, and you've added tomato paste to the oil in the saucepan, and you say you want to prepare banku. You are lost. You are lost. And so you always need to know what you're about so you know what to do. You need to know what you are doing in life. You need to know where you are going in life. You need to know where your career is going in life, what career plans you have for your life, so you know what steps to take at every point in time. So you know what actions to take at every point in time. So you know what decisions to make about certain circumstances in your life. You need to know what you're about all the time. The next reason, or the next lesson, and before I go into it, kindly subscribe now. Please subscribe now. I need your subscription. Kindly subscribe now. The next lesson from the kitchen, you need to learn to spice up your life. Spice up your life. Charlie, look for things you can do to make your life nicer. Your life shouldn't be boring like that. Your life cannot be boring like that. Eh? Your life is so boring that even you don't even enjoy your life. And you want to go for a girlfriend. What should a girlfriend come and enjoy in your life? The boredom in your life? Your life is boring and you want a boyfriend to come and do what? To come and join in you in the boredom life? No. Add some spice to your life, something that will spice up your life. Learn some hobby, learn some extracurricular activities that you can be doing. Learn how to play some games, something to spice up your life. Something to spice up your life. When you cook, you add spices. It's not everyone who uses spices though, but there are certain ingredients or certain vegetables, when you use them, they spice up the food. When you don't have spices in your food, your food tastes so empty. I mean, it tastes so... You eat the food and you feel like there's something lost in the food. Imagine cooking and then you don't add salt. The food tastes some way. Or well, there are some people who don't eat salt because of medical conditions, but for someone who doesn't have medical conditions and is supposed to eat right, and eating there's no salt in the food, you feel like there's something lost in the food. You understand? So, and when there's no pepper in the food, you feel like there's something is lost in the food. And I'm not saying you should go and put pepper in your tea or in your porridge or in your oats. That's what I'm talking about. When you are cooking the food and needs salt and needs pepper and you don't put these ingredients inside or these spices inside, you realize that the food loses its taste, its real taste. And so learn to spice up your life. Add some beauty to your life, Accra. Add some fun to your life. Add some excitement to your life. Your life shouldn't be so boring. Do you get it? That's a lesson you can learn from the kitchen. Next lesson is learn to be patient for your final results in life. Learn to be patient. Learn to be patient. Look, no matter how fast you want your food to cook, it won't get ready when it's not time. And when you take it from the fire too quick, you will get the food to eat, but it will not be the best. Learn to take your time. Wait for the final results of your life and stop regretting too quickly, because your life is not over yet. So go through the grind, go through the process, and one day you will reach that particular goal you set for yourself. Now, let me give you a bonus lesson from the kitchen. This is a bonus lesson from the kitchen. There is always a faster way of doing things. There is always a faster way of doing things. A faster way, a smarter way of doing things. You remember back in the day, we used to grind pepper in the asanka. You put the pepper and the tomato and the onion inside the asanka, then use the tapoli to grind inside. I mean, and it manually, and it takes, quite some time to manually grind your vegetables, your tomato, pepper, onion. But these days, you don't need to waste all that time and that energy to grind the pepper in the asanka, or in the earthenware. All you need is a blender. Sorry, I nearly said microwave. All you need is a blender. Just put it inside, plug it to the power button, and it will grind for you. It will blend for you within seconds or a minute. You understand? So there is always a faster way of doing things. Instead of you now going to use coal pot, you look for the charcoal, you look for the firewood, small firewood, and the matches to light the fire, and find it for a long time before it gets ready. Then you put the pot on the fire with water, wait for it to boil for a while. You add the rice and wait for a while for it to boil. Then you add the salt and blah blah blah. 1,000 hours. Now with a with a rice cooker, within seconds. Why do I keep saying microwave? Why? Within seconds, your food is ready. Your rice is ready. Your food is warm. And you want to, cold, and you want to warm it. Then you're not going to look for coal pots to light. No. Just use the microwave. Put it in the microwave. Within seconds, your food is ready for you. So there's always a faster way of doing things. There's always a faster way of doing everything you think you know how to do. There's always a smarter way of doing things. Learn the smart way of doing things in life, and don't always be thinking of using your manpower. Yes, there's a place for using manpower, but even when you're using the manpower, there's always a smarter way of using your manpower. So there's always a faster way of doing things. There's always a smarter way of doing things. Learn the fast ways of doing things in life. Not to shortcut the process though. And learn the smarter way of doing things in life, just so you can get ahead in life faster and still get the results that you would have gotten if you had waited for too long. But that doesn't mean you should go and be shortcutting yourself when you know it's not healthy for you. Thank you very much. I know you've learned lessons from this episode. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe now, like this video, leave a comment for me, and share this video. My name is Maxwell Mensah. You can call me Talent Man. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next episode.